Alright guys, what's going on? So my last video was like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and it was a knife sale, and I sounded like a gangster when I said what up, so sorry about that. Not sure what happened there. So I got a couple new knives. Want to do a video on these real quick. Some initial impressions on these knives. So the first one I got was a Sebenza 21, large Sebenza 21. Now this one's a little bit unique because it has been modified somewhat. The scales have what they call a Scotch-Brite finish on them, where they took a Scotch-Brite pad and basically kind of scuffed the scales up, but it gave it a really nice satin finish, which I really like. Does not show scratches like the Bead Blast does. It does show fingerprints, but I'd rather clean off fingerprints than I would have all these scratches all over the knife. So looks really great. The previous owner did a great job on the finish. Definitely get some kind of up close macro shots here. You'll also notice that the Chris Reeve there has is red. I'm not sure how he did that. Someone said crayon, but I don't know. That looks pretty sweet with the blue thumb, and it's kind of a contrast to the blue thumb stud and the blue lanyard hole, as well as the blue backspacer. So other than that, I mean, it's your standard Sebenza. Nothing crazy, you know, different. Just some slight modification to the scales, and you know, it's your typical, let's say, standard Sebenza blade. Just, you know, beautiful knives. They're super smooth, super awesome. My third Sebenza. I missed my carbon fiber inlaid one like crazy, so I've got a really good deal on this. And I sold a couple of knives to pay for this, but I know I wanted another one in my collection. I just love that feeling of a titanium frame lock, all titanium in your hand, and you know, S35 yen steel, so it's got a little higher end steel. So they do run theirs a little softer, but it does make it easier to sharpen, which is nice. So I got this one in, and then I also got this Buck Mayo TNT. It's also titanium frame lock. It's also really smooth. This one is pretty much in new condition. There is a few light marks on the titanium pocket clip. I got this in a trade, and I've always wanted one of these. I love Mayo's designs, but you know, his customs are way out of my price range. So these are no longer produced. These were discontinued for a few years back, and I don't know why, man, because they're sweet knives. I mean, this is definitely the best Buck knife that's ever been made, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not a huge Buck fan. They kind of make more traditional knives, and their other folders, like the Vantage and stuff, I mean, I guess they do have a few US-made ones, but nice thing is this is still covered under the warranty. They do have a forever warranty, which is nice, but it's got nice early lockup. It's smooth. It actually has a Sebenza type feel to it. It's actually got a partially rounded spine like the Sebenza. For some reason up here it's not rounded. If you look at the Sebenza, the spine's rounded all the way up to like right by the thumb stud. So, and maybe that's because of the could be because of the opening hole. Actually, that makes sense. So it's got a rounded spine. That's a nice feature. S30V steel. It does have a Boss heat treat on it. So this thing came like razor sharp. Let me just grab some phone book paper here, since that's the ultimate cut test, right? Super thin. Cheeseburger wrapper is not handy, so you can see how sharp this knife is. I mean, it slices through that paper. And it came like that. I think the guy that I got it in a trade from had recently just purchased it. He found one at a local knife shop, I believe, or maybe he got it in a trade. I'm not sure how he came about it, but they're really rare and hard to find. And you're going to pay a premium price if you do find them. They did sell, when they sold these, for about 150 to 180 bucks. Now they're going over 220, 225. So, you know, I got mine in a trade, plus I got some cash from my Browse Silent Soldier, so I think they came out pretty good on the trade. But I really like this design. The only thing I don't like is the tip down only clip. That is a serious, like, no for me. I don't like that, but because this knife's rare, because I like the design so much, I'm willing to deal with it. And I may just take the clip off and just kind of slide it into my pocket. I plan on using this knife as kind of a gentleman's folder, and you know, something, because it's really lightweight. It only weighs like 2.7 ounces for a full titanium frame lock. I mean, a lot of that is achieved by these holes, these lightning holes in the titanium. It's also a cool looking design. I mean, it's a Mayo. It's pretty classic Mayo, you know, design. The TNT is one of his most popular models, so pretty stoked to get this because it's discontinued. They're very rare. When they do pop up, they ask a premium on them, so pretty stoked to get that little knife. And I carried both of these yesterday, and I plan on carrying, you know, both of them, using them. Even though this is a discontinued model, it's kind of a nice collector's piece. But I don't really collect knives. I use knives. I like having a variety of folders. That's why I have a few in my rotation. But all my knives get carried and used. I figure I don't see the point of having a knife sitting in a box and you're safe and not ever getting used. That's just not my mentality. Nothing wrong with that. If that's, you know, someone's mentality, they want to be a collector, then more power to them. I like to carry mine and use them and enjoy them. So, and you know, even that, my use is pretty light. You know, I don't do a whole lot of hard use with my knives. That was all left-handed, not too bad. But anyhow, just got a couple new knives. I want to give it kind of for initial impressions. I did some pictures on Instagram of the Sebenza. People really seem to like the finish on it. So I kind of want to give some macro video shots of it too. And you can see it's picking up my fingerprints. I should grab my rag and wipe it down. So it does pick up more fingerprints, but your scratches don't show, and it almost has like a satin type finish. It's really similar to my inlaid Sebenza, my carbon fiber inlaid Sebenza, the Blade HQ exclusive. It had the same type of finish on the scales, except for on the lock bar. The lock bar was bead blasted. I think the clip was bead blasted, but all the rest of the scales in between the inlays and stuff all had this similar type finish on it. So I really like that finish, and so when I saw this for sale, you know, I wanted to grab it. So this is my third Sebenza. I had a large regular Sebenza. This is a 21. And then I had that inlaid Insingo Sebenza. And I was looking for a 25, but I'll definitely be happy with the 21. The 21's a classic design. It fits my hand great. It's got great ergonomics. I mean, S35 yen steel. It's a Sebenza. There's not much to say about it. They're excellent quality knives. I mean, they win the manufacturing award every single year at Blade Forums for a reason. And if you haven't, go on Blade HQ's YouTube channel and watch the factory tour of the Sebenza factory, or not the Sebenza factory, this Chris Reeve's factory, and you will see how much quality and control goes into these knives. So that's why they're, you know, for a premium. But if you look, you can get a pretty good deal in the used market, you know, on these. I mean, I think I paid $350 for this one. My original large Sebenza I paid $300 for. Like I think I got my Umnums on that I sold, which I want to find another Umnums on. I think I got it for $300. So, you know, there are deals to be found. That's still expensive for a lot of people for a production knife, but this thing will last you the rest of your life, you know, and that's kind of what I've come to the conclusion. You can buy $10, $50 knives, or you could buy a couple really, really high-end, you know, folders that will last you forever, and you get a lot better quality, better edge retention on your steel. So, you know, it's up to you. Like I've had a few comments that a lot of people like my channel because I review budget folders, and I also review, you know, high-end production knives, customs, mid-techs, etc. So I kind of have a broad range of what I like. I still really like my mid-range folders. I mean, my Kershaw. God, there goes my tripod. I'm having issues with my tripod lately. Sorry about that. I need to get a new one. It's like got a hint on the hinge. It's kind of loose, so it kind of just falls like that sometimes. I really like the Kershaw Injection. That's probably my favorite budget folder. I originally said it was the Dimension, but I really, really like the Injection. So this is actually for sale, and only reason why I'm selling it, I actually really enjoy carrying this knife, is just because I need to get a better sharpening system. So that's for sale on my channel right now. It's also for sale on Blade Forums, and it will probably go up on Instagram as well. But anyway, I just want to do a quick video, keep it under 10. Just kind of showing these new blades I got. I plan on carrying the Sebenza quite a bit. The Buck probably won't get carried as much, just because it's a little bit smaller folder than I like to carry. But I'll carry as a secondary. I'll carry, like I said, as a gentleman's carry knife. It's perfect for that role. It's super lightweight. You know, you got titanium handles. It's easy to open one hand. You can't like flick it open. It's not, the hole does not act like a spidey hole really. You just kind of have to manually open it like that, that's fine. It's more of an elegant knife, and that's no big deal. So pretty cool scores. I'm pretty stoked about them. So anyway, if you guys know, you know, check out my video. If you have a KME sharpener, that's kind of the sharpening system I'm looking at. I've seen a lot of good YouTube videos on it and a lot of good reviews on it, and it just seems like a good system. It's not, you know, maybe as good as a Wicked Edge or even an Edge Pro, but it's, you know, pretty reasonably priced. But it's gonna give you a lot better results than, like, say, like a Sharpmaker would. So anyway, if you see one of those for sale or you got one for trade, hit me up because I'm very interested in purchasing one. So Alright guys, take care and have a good day.